I'm fiddling with the radio. I don't know. Let me just think about this. Okay. It's hard. I have no idea how I'm supposed to audio do a fiddle with the radio.
I got it.
We could.
He goes for the throw. It's a nice pet. That's right. There's a murder on 75th Street. They said it was a large dog. Had 4 fingers on its toes, not like a bear, which has 5. And that right there is the Dogman murder song. And up next on the news is more murder. Did you know Dogman set this factory on fire? 3 people died. Dogman news.
Welcome to Dogman. Welcome to Dogman Films Act 2 LLC and Rough Cuts. Hello.
That's the intro.
Dogs, they're coming. They're coming your way. They'll be here soon.
Hello! I've had a picture of the Dogman this whole time and didn't even know it.
Ever wonder how that whole damn Dogman thing got started in the first place?
It's not a puppy anymore.
How many of those things do you think there are?
What would you have done? I wouldn't have taken her in the first place.
Did you not hear someone just died?
I guess just drop him off at the hospital.
You saw what those dogs did to those people, right?
You've crossed the line, sister! I want you out of the house!
I actually saw it! I saw the Dogman!
That lever there, that's the safety. Push it forward if you have to shoot.
I know a different story.
Holy crap, it's Francis!
So which one of you signed up to run through these Dogman-infested woods in the pitch black at night?
Maybe they're after something. Something's after them.
Thank you for doing the audio version of Fiddling with the Radio to do Sing Song News, the thing that this movie has. Also, I'm impressed that you remembered the factory fire because I forgot about it and the movie did too.
They insinuated that Dogman lit a factory on fire, or it was just unrelated and also happening at the same time. One of the two.
I think that it was just unrelated and happening at the same time. I don't think they insinuated that Dogman burned down a factory. Although, it would be pretty... I would have loved to have seen one of the Dogman furry costumes they had, like, running out of the frame of the, like, newscast, holding, like, a kerosene can, like, running from the factory.
Or, like, as the workers are on strike, Dogman comes up and puts up a Spirit Halloween banner on the factory. Like, something like that. Like, come on. Classic Dogman things. Right?
This is
they made
Dogman
a sequel to
2.
Dogman. Yeah.
Wrath of the Litter, which opens up with the production company Dogman Films 2... so Dogman Films Act 2 LLC, which...
Correct.
To me, just... I know that that's kind of what companies are named as when you just do, like, a single indie project, but it's still fucking hilarious to me that it's just... Dogman Films Act 2. This is Act 2 of Dogman. Everyone wanted a second of that.
Yeah, they didn't end the first movie, right?
No, they didn't.
We need to know what happened. I was curious. What happened? I don't know.
The funny thing to me about this whole thing is, like, you said that this had $1 million budget, you said?
Yep, $1 million.
Like, Dogman 1 had a $10,000 budget. So the implication there, and I said this before you looked up the budget, I was like, hold up, did they make enough money off of Dogman 1 that it was a big enough success that they, like, invested a ton of money into Dogman 2 because Dogman 1 was such a runaway success for them? And
apparently it was.
I think it was. That's the thing is, I think it was.
People in Michigan ate Dogman up. Like, the whole film. They're just like, give me more Dogman. I love Dogman. And then you were also agreeing with them at the end of that. And you were like, yes, I want more Dogman. I love Dogman.
The thing is, yeah, I've wanted to watch this movie. I wanted more Dogman. Like, the funny thing is I'm sitting here going, like, who the fuck wanted more Dogman? That movie's terrible. But then I'm like, well, I wanted more Dogman.
But I wanted more Dogman.
It was me.
Fuck,
I'm the weird sicko. What weird pervert wanted more fucking Dogman? And I'm like, me.
You're
it's
standing
me.
outside of the video rental store looking in the window as there's a Dogman DVD, like, in the window, and you're like, yes!
Yes!
More Dogman!
I was gonna say, I'm the Spider-Man meme of, like, pointing at each other, like, who's the pervert that wants this? Oh, fuck, it's me. Shit.
Fuck, I'm that pervert.
I'm the pervert that wanted more Dogman. We got more Dogman.
Before we get into anything about the film, by the way, they spent that $1 million well.
Yes.
Like, they really did. You can tell the improvements, and it's honestly kind of inspiring considering where they started from.
Yeah, this movie is way better. Anyways, it opens on a 5-minute scene of a man changing a tire in real time.
Oh, no, it's not 5 minutes. It's 8 to 10 minutes of changing a tire in real time.
It can't be 8 to 10.
Yes, 8 to 10 minutes. I was watching. It's a 10-minute opening, roughly.
It can't be.
Of just a guy changing
but also
a tire.
It can't be.
Anyway, you ready to watch this guy change a tire in real time?
Yes. Oh, they didn't. Hey, not quite. They actually didn't show him loosen all the lug nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Only like 3 of them.
He's putting the jack up, though.
Yeah, they're sure showing the jack.
Did he put it on the frame, though? Because, like, if you put it in the wrong place...
Oh, yeah, you'll just bend the car, yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll fall on you.
I've seen people do that.
Oh.
They're real dumb.
Yeah?
Anyway, changing a tire in real time, the movie.
I don't know what I expected.
It's suspense.
I've seen Dogman 1. I don't know why I'm surprised by this.
That's it. He's driving along the road. His tire pops. He stops in real time. He gets out, puts the fucking jack under the car, ratchets it up in real time, takes every lug nut off.
Yep. Yeah, we watch him take off we watch him loosen all the lug nuts, then jack up the car, then, like, take all the lug nuts off, switch the tire, put the new lug nuts back on, retighten the, lower the car, retighten them. Like, it's a full tire change.
And then he takes the tire out, puts it in the back, closes the trunk, gets back in the car. It's everything.
It's all of it.
It's like an instructional video of how to change a tire for 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you didn't know how to change a tire, may I recommend watching Dogman 2, because you will learn how to change a tire. It shows exactly what you need to do.
It's a hell of a choice, and I'm so here for it.
Well, and at this point, we were like, oh yeah, okay, this is the Dogman that we know and love. And that felt really low production. But then right after that, they start having, they do crane shots, and they have, the shots in the woods at night.
The lighting's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, their woods lighting is good. What?
They have lighting on, how many movies have we watched where it's people running through the woods at night? Because did you know that filming in the woods is free?
Why even shoot in the woods if you're going to spend money?
Yeah, well, and they actually lit their faces. Yeah. One of the biggest problems is that what people do is they go, oh, we can go in the woods. They go at night. Woods are spooky at night. Mm-hmm. That'll be great for a horror movie. And they have people run through the woods at night, not realizing that in an actual movie, a real movie that does production, you have lighting all over that place. You've got to make sure that those people are lit because it's fucking night. They're dark. And most of the time, all you get is just void, right? You get a couple of silhouettes and basically nothing else. You can't see faces. You can hardly tell who's who. They had them running through the woods, but they had obvious lighting coming in on front of them so that you could see them. Mm-hmm. You could see the actors making faces and talking to each other and doing things. And you're like, this is this is weird. Like, Dogman
Mhm.
1 is one of the most low production garbage films with no cinematography that we've ever watched. Like, it is unbelievable how shitty the photography and stuff, the cinematography and everything in that is, and how bad the lighting and just all of
It's
that.
probably
And
because they
then
shot
this
it all
one is,
on like hand cams, right? Like,
yes,
that's why. But
yeah, part of it is, like, it's all hand cam. Like,
Yeah.
you can tell, like, it's all shaky cam because it's just somebody
Mhm.
holding it. Or we'll have scenes where, like, somebody will get out of a building and walk to a car and drive the car away, but they just find a fixed camera location that can include all of that. So it's, like, really zoomed out, and they just stick a camera down on a tripod and just film the whole thing. And this one, they have, like, an obvious, like, panning shot where they've actually got it on a rig, and it'll, like, somebody will go out of a building, and the camera will move with them out of the building over towards the car, which that's a real fucking movie. That's what a movie
it's an
does.
action shot of like them walking and talking, and like it looks good. It looks good, and they have good audio. There's no real audio issues this time around. They fixed
They
all
don't
that.
They don't have moments where people are walking to a car and there's just no audio because they forgot to ADR it back
the
in.
only audio they had was from the camera in the car that they left. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
and they were like,
that's
oh, we don't
good.
need to put anything over that.
They set up bisexual lighting.
They had some great bisexual lighting.
I don't know if that was intentional, but that's what they have.
It was not intentional. It was absolutely not intentional. I'll tell you right now.
Like, I 100% serious. I am so impressed with what they did with this film compared to the first one, and that gives me hope for future films from that director, like, and that crew. They did such a good job with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that as a director and with the crew, that he has improved massively.
Yeah.
As a screenwriter and scriptwriter, he can go straight to fucking hell.
See, there's the problem. There's the problem. And also the costume department needed some work. But those are minor issues. The costume
department was fine. I was fine with it. I thought it was
I mean, really, it's like,
what do you do with Dogman? What do you do with Dogman? They did
get a mascot from a basketball game. That's what you do.
I mean,
like, that's what they did.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He's still wearing the jersey. They didn't even take the jersey off. No.
Go Bucks!
God, yeah. Okay, so we actually see Dogman in this movie for more than 5 seconds, like in the other one.
We see a lot of Dogman. We see a lot of multiple different Dogmen.
In the first movie, they were ashamed of their Dogman. I'm pretty sure. And in this film, they're like, you know what? Let's just go fuck it all in. Oh no! It's Dogman! 2.
Good on this man for trying to sell this. Okay. Oh, they're showing it this time!
Okay, they have a costume this time.
They should have gone all in.
Let's show as much Dogman as we have, and that was a bad idea.
I think that was a decision they made. Yeah,
because it's very, very clearly a guy in a carpet suit that looks like a dog.
No insult to furries at all, but this is very much just like a bunch of people in furry suits. Like it looked like a furry convention.
It's definitely a fursuit, with movable mouth, like up and down.
Yes. Yeah, like it looked like a furry convention every time they were on scene. I was just like this. Yeah, like, if I just went to a Midwest hotel for like FurCon, I would see this exact scene. And
we also got more than one Dogman, so sometimes there's just like 4 of them standing in a circle, and you're like, oh, they're just talking about video games or whatever, right? Like, that's all they're doing. There's nothing happening here. This is just some people from the Dogman convention.
Yeah, you don't need to be afraid of furries. Furries aren't scary. That's fine. They're cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, after 10 minutes of changing a tire, our unnamed character just like gets attacked by Dogman, who swats him in the face, and then that's the end of him. He's dead.
Yeah, they have good gore on him. They have like his hand all like smashed up, and like it looks like it's got like a bone sticking out or whatever. Like they actually do like
they put some prosthetics on his face, and yeah.
In the first movie, when they had a gore shot, it was like little kid's Halloween costume level of costume propping. This one like, it's certainly not great, but it's acceptable. Like, it looks like an indie horror film rather than, like I said, Kid Spirit Halloween.
So after he dies, and we get the credits in Papyrus saying Dogman 2, Wrath of the Litter.
Yeah.
Again, because they thought Papyrus was still good, so they kept it. Then we cut to Meg, who is stripper cop from the first movie.
Yes.
Now working as a bartender.
At one moment, we missed one very important thing that your intro was even about. Because as he's driving down the road, he starts fiddling with the radio, and he gets to a station, and it goes, "Yo, there's 3 people dead today in the news." And it's just like this, like, I can't do it. It's this country western drawl, like it's doing like, like, I went out, like it's like a Folsom Prison Blues kind of song, but it's just the news.
It's the news.
There's 3 dog attacks today in the park. Don't go near the park today. Like, it's kind of like this, and he just doing this, like, sing-song drawl over the news.
Nonsensically, for no reason.
We spent so long going like, wait, is this a song? Or is this supposed to be the news? Because I just don't get it. I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But apparently that's just how they do the news in Michigan. They sing it in cowboy sing-song.
I ain't been in Michigan in a long time. Maybe that's just how they do it. We need to get a Michiganer on the podcast to talk about it. Maybe you can bring a casserole.
It looked like maybe someone had tried to break in.
Oh my god.
There were cuts around the doors could have only been made by very sharp teeth and claws.
This is a dope song.
He didn't have shoes because he didn't have feet.
Meg, stripper cop, is now a bartender at the bar, which we find out is actually the Beulah Public Library / bar.
On the outside, there's a big sign that shows the Beulah Public Library on the, like, they do an establishing shot of the bar, but it has the Beulah Public Library sign.
It's just the library that they shot from the outside. But what we found out is that it's a bar / library. Which you go in to drink and rent a book. And that seems great.
Yes.
That seems great.
Why hasn't this been done?
Yeah. So the other thing about the bar library is that you can't smoke, and more importantly, no profanity in this library.
Yeah.
There will be no fucking swearing.
You've got to maintain a certain decorum in this bar. You got to be quiet, and there's no...
Yeah, when you're
out books,
smashed, just blackout drunk, you better not be swearing in my library.
That's right. There are kids here. It's a library.
Yeah, it's a library. You can't swear around kids in my library.
So then we get to
the
movie, because the guy got attacked by Dogman. So we go back to she's listening on the police scanner. And she hears that there's some incident out there, and she goes, "Oh my god, I better go out there because I'm a private citizen.
I used to be a cop, and I need to go check on this." Well, she takes a lunch break, right?
She Batman? Yeah, God. And that's accurate, as we find out, yes.
Yeah, she goes on lunch break to go check out this attack that happened in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
She quit the force and picked up her own, bar business. Oh, but she's still following that.
As this is happening, the cops show up. It like cuts back to the cops actually showing up before she does.
Yes.
And the cops
with
get
the paramedic.
there. They find and the paramedics, and there's an ambulance and a cop car, and they're having this whole thing of like, "Oh my god, is that a dog man? Holy shit!" And they're back and forth like, "Oh, it's been attacked and it looks like a big dog." Oh, that was the other thing, is on the radio they're like, there's a bunch of paw marks on the ground, and it looks like it's it's a bear, the size of a bear. And it's like, well, you can tell because bears have 5 toes. And it's like, oh, well, it's only got 4. Well, that's got to be a wolf or something then, man. We just have this whole
It's too big to
conversation
be a
on
wolf.
skin.
Oh, you mean like a dog man? Like a man dog?
Yeah, like a man dog.
A big dog man? Yeah.
Nope, there's some tracks around. Kind of looks like a bear. Bears have 5 toes. Should be able to tell. Stand by.
Wait, humans have 5 toes.
Birds have 4. Dogs and wolves have 4, not bears.
God.
It's a damn big one.
We also get an incredible kill. We get maybe the greatest kill that I've ever seen on cinema, which is when a man in a fursuit jumps out of the woods and like weirdly paws up a like because he doesn't have they don't have hands, they have paws.
Yeah,
they're dog suits, and he just kind of like weirdly juggles this rock, spins around and shot puts it into the back of the head of
the
running
paramedic.
cop.
Well,
Or was
okay,
it a
so
paramedic?
what happened
was a
was
paramedic.
he mauled the cop already.
Yes.
And the paramedic walked into the woods is like, oh shit, that dog man's mauling a cop, I should run. So he turned and ran.
Yeah, right.
And then
he,
the
like,
dog man
juggles this-
awkwardly picks up the rock and shot puts it into the back of his head.
and he just goes thump. Oh my god! Holy shit! Yes! Fuck yeah! 10 out of 10. Bullseye. Oh my god.
Threw a fucking rock.
He hit him with a rock. They're using tools. Clever girl. Falls
Yeah,
over,
like,
he's dead.
great.
That's
Great.
gone.
And then the other paramedic that was there with him runs out of the woods back to the ambulance.
Yes.
And that dog man follows and then like breaks the window on the back of the ambulance trying to get at him.
Yeah, and this is
until
one of the times where I
another
started to
cop-
go like, wait,
Yeah.
this has production value. Like,
Yeah.
they're damaging actual property, a thing that they didn't
Mhm.
do a lot in the last movie because they didn't have any fucking money to do it.
But so another cop and a dog catcher show up.
Yes.
And that cop shoots the dog man.
Mhm.
Dead.
Yeah.
Kind of. So then, as the paramedic comes out and is like, oh my god, that dog man tried to kill me. Oh, thank you for getting it. And then it pans back to where the dog man was and the body's gone.
Dun, dun, dun!
Oh my god!
Oh, we only
Right.
looked away for a second and it's gone. But yeah, they put a bunch of bullets into this dog man.
I think the paramedic's telling him, like, oh yeah, the cop and the other paramedic that were here are in the woods. He got the cop, and I think he hit my friend because he threw a rock at him. And the cop's like, wait,
Yeah.
dogs can't throw rocks.
Dogs cannot throw.
They can now. This is a different one. This is a man.
Oh
dog.
my god. So then they decide they need to go into the woods to go after the dog man that they didn't kill yet,
I guess.
right? And they leave the paramedic in the car as the cop and the dog catcher go in.
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
That's when Meg shows up also.
Because that's when Meg shows up. Yeah.
Meg shows up. That's what I was gonna say. They don't leave him in the car yet. They tell the paramedic to wait there, and they're gonna go into the woods because Meg also shows up and she's having the conversation with them. Well, like once they shoot the dog man, they kind of sit around for a little while and talk. And Meg pulls up, and then they have like this big conversation with her. And they're like, oh, you used to be a deputy. And she's like, I know about the dog man. I know you gotta run. The dog man's coming. And which is, I love how much this, I wish that this movie had stayed with this amount of energy because it just goes ham at first. Like the last one, there's Dogman in it, like almost not at all, right? Like there's so little Dogman. And then this one just like, it's instantly like a massacre in the beginning of this film.
I wanted
where
like
there's just a
20
massive
dogmen
body
walking down the streets of the town or something, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like a Night of the Lepus or whatever, like the bunny rabbits.
Yeah. So she shows up and she's having the conversation with them, and the cop's like, okay, like you're not a cop anymore. Wait here and try and call for backup on the radio for me. We're going to go into the woods and try and protect everybody because he's been trying to get backup on the radio. And they're like, we're overwhelmed. There's dog attacks everywhere. Oh my god, they're
Yeah.
all over the place, man. It's the fucking apocalypse. Like they're like that on the radio. They're like, I can't
They are.
breaker, I can't get 41.
They are.
Where's 41? Where's car 32? Please come in. Nobody's responding. I don't get
Because
it.
the
We can't
Dogmen are
find
just
anyone.
taking out all the cops, which, I mean...
Fuck yeah, Dogman. These are
Good
good
job,
boys.
Dogman.
We've got
Good
good
Dogman.
boys in bad movies.
Good Dogman.
But so she goes like, and
Yeah.
she's like, okay, well, I used to be a cop. I'll stay with this guy and protect him with this paramedic. Give us the shotgun. They get the shotgun. The cop goes out into the woods with his handgun and with the animal catcher, and exits the film. We never see them again. They're just gone.
Yeah,
And,
because we need to cut to Hank and Dorothy from the last movie, The Hunter and his wife, grocery shopping.
they're just grocery
in real
In the
time.
middle of all of this, we just hard cut between these two scenes.
Yeah,
Which-
they're like, oh, wow, this cut of beef looks good. Yeah, it sure does. Okay, I'm going to put it in the cart now. Oh my
Yep.
god, the Dogmen are attacking, and it goes back and forth.
It just keeps going back and forth between this like sausage aisle and
What?
this. Yeah, and they're specifically talking a lot about meat. He's like, oh, we're finally
Yeah.
getting rabbit here. They're getting good meat that we want.
Great.
She's like, I'm not cooking rabbit. He's like, I love rabbit. Rabbit's great. And it's just it's a fucking weird conversation.
Dispatch from 41.
This guy with
Can you
his,
send somebody out to pick up this thing?
his loop and his
Mace.
dog mace.
Oh, crap.
Oh,
Stay
shit.
by on that.
This really isn't a two-man operation.
Oh, Hank. It's a nice thing to do together.
It's bread.
You ever just walk into the
Come on,
pepperoni
it's
aisle?
fun.
I mean, yes.
I assume you remember how to use this?
Hasn't been
And
that
just
long.
cut back to this. Yeah, okay.
You stay here with him. We'll be right back. Come on.
Fuck me. For a minute, it passed unnoticed in my mind. I was just like, yeah, that's what this movie is. And then I realized, I'm like, yeah, no, that's what this movie is, but it's not what movies should be.
Yeah, maybe so. Hey,
Yeah, look at that.
rabbit. Finally getting some good stuff here.
No, I am not cooking that poor thing.
Anyway, so the cops go into the woods and promptly exits the film. The paramedic and her are in the car, and she's trying to radio for all this help, and she's like, oh my god, like, they might be dead, and we don't have any cops coming. And my lunch break's over. All right,
My
anyway,
lunch break's over,
she
yeah.
gets out of the car. She's like, you'll be fine here alone, right? And he's like, I guess. She's like, well, just use the shotgun if you have any problems. Passes him the shotgun, gets out of the car, gets into her car, and drives back to the bar for the rest of her shift. I am not joking. This is a real thing
that's
that
true.
happened.
That's
In the
true.
middle of this fucking massacre where there's like no cops to be found. They're all dying all over the place. They're dropping like flies. She just fucking nopes out of there and goes back to do her bar job.
Well, like, who's gonna cover the rest of her shift? Right? Like, you gotta go back. It's so good.
I didn't know where they were going with that at first, but that's just what they did. She just leaves. She just
It's
fucking
so
leaves,
good.
dude.
It's so
Dude,
good.
She just leaves.
Yeah. So
She
that
just
paramedic
leaves.
is sitting in the car all alone with his gun, and a dogman pops its head up. It's like "Rawr" behind him, like through the window.
Yeah,
So
it gives
she
him a big
panics
squeak.
and runs out, and then trips, and 4 dogmen just throw rocks at him and kill him.
And then there's a bunch of dogmen just like walking on their hind legs all around the road.
That,
And there's now like there's
like
an
6
ambulance
cars or something, right?
There's
Like,
an
so
ambulance,
many.
2 cop cars, the original car that broke
Yeah.
down. There's like a full fucking parking lot full of people that have been
Yeah, and-
massacred here.
And the
And
dogman
she's off
took
doing
the,
her bar
yeah,
job.
she's just gone. And the
left.
dogman took the keys from all of those cars and parked them neatly in a line on the side of the road, so it wouldn't
good.
block traffic.
It's so good.
That's so nice of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. So then we cut back to Hank and Dorothy, which are now going.
No. Sorry,
Oh.
it's not Hank.
Hanklin Douglas Parvis.
Thank you.
That's his
Please
full
call
name.
him by his correct name, Hanklin.
Hanklin. I'm Hanklin for some more Dogman, if you know what I'm saying. or a good
Hanklin
movie.
Douglas Purvis, which we know.
Right. So he's going home with his wife and their groceries. And Dorothy's sister, Lorna. I remember the names.
Oh, I remember Lorna.
Lorna, who is a wildly unstable vegan. It's the only way I could describe her.
Yes. Murderous? Murderous is the way that
murderous
I would describe
intent,
her.
for sure. So she is destroying all of his hunting gear and shit at home and throwing away their meat in the freezer and the fridge and just escalating as the movie goes.
Yeah.
Of just breaking more and more things and fucking with him.
Escalating levels of violence and terror on this man, and she's just like, God,
I don't understand.
This part of the movie sucks so much. I hated her, and I hated where they went with it. I hated everything about it. It was so miserable because I don't like Hanklin. Hanklin is not a good person. He's not a good character. Like, he's not. The first movie, he's kind of just a dipshit. And then this movie, I was like, God, they're making me agree with everything Hanklin does. I can't believe that, like...
His character is he eats meat. That's his character. Yes. That's all. That's as far as they got. That's as far as they got. But, like, so she... after she threw away some of his meat in the trash, and he picked it up out of the trash, rewrapped it, and put it back in the freezer without doing anything to it.
Without even, like, washing it off or anything.
That is a Hanklin thing to do. Then she went into his garage and, like, broke all of his arrows, broke his crossbow, his bow.
She bent
his
two of his
gun
guns
barrel.
in a vice.
Like, broke off the stock off of them and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
she had, like, thousands of dollars of damage.
Yeah,
like, she basically burns
dollars.
down his garage.
Yeah. And then she just like, now you'll never hunt anything again, fucker. And then just leaves. But
and she just does like a donut and fucking squeals out of there on her car.
As she's donuting and then squealing out, he gets on a bike.
Yes.
And goes after her, Pee Wee Herman style.
Hold up. When you say bike, I need to just paint the scene here a bit for people. This is a fixie. This is a hipster's, like, this is a Seattle hipster's wicker basket. Fixie is what this is. It's fucking rad. It's like this white and blue paint job.
But
like
she's like, she's donuting. She did a donut and, squealed out.
Yeah.
At 10 miles per hour down the dirt road. So he could catch up with his angry look on his face and be like,
the best look. Oh my God.
And he's just like, you fucked up now. You're never coming back here.
And then she just peels out and leaves. Yeah,
it's such a good. That particular scene is so well done. I love the shot.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like, it's not well done in the way that they mean it to be well done, but it's very funny.
It's incredibly funny. Yeah, okay. You'll catch up. No, this
Considering how slow she drives. Yeah. Couple things that I need to mention here. One is that one of the items that she destroys, which they keep bringing back throughout the movie, is his prize buck. So he shot and killed a prize buck. So of course you're like, oh, so he's got the trophy head.
Yeah,
no, exactly. He's got a picture of the buck in the woods.
Oh, he took a photo.
You do.
Yeah.
Just a
before
photo
he shot
of it.
it.
Like, not
before
dead.
He shot it.
Just Which, what? I'm sorry. What? That's not how you hunt.
No,
like, you don't
true.
just keep. Like, he's got a photo of the live buck.
But she
that has an
only
award
broke
on it.
the
like
frame on it, so he kept the picture. It's good.
Yeah, the frame of it says like, award-winning buck from Hanklin Purvis kind of thing, and it's like, this is a photography award, not a hunting award.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, that's how you hunt. You hunt with a camera. I play Pokemon Snap.
It's so good.
It's a first-person shooter.
Good.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, so then when she's driving away, at first I was like, oh, this is weird. I guess that I'm like, why do they have so many production cars? So she's driving down an actual highway. It's like a 2-lane highway where it's like, not separated. So like an old back road kind of thing, yellow line highway. And there's just this lineup of cars behind her because she's driving so slow.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought at first like that, oh, is this supposed to be a thing that they're making a joke of, or like there's some production reason they have this? There is a production reason they have this. I am positive. I am 100% positive that they just were filming on a road and they didn't have the rights to do it, and they needed her to go slow enough to catch her on video, because like you can't drive at highway speeds and have it on video. So they just backed up traffic. And all these cars start passing her angrily while they're just filming the scene of her driving away, and it's amazing. They never address it. There's just this lineup of like 12 cars behind her on this like old backroads highway, and I can imagine how fucking pissed they are, because she's probably going like you said, like 10 miles an hour. It's just fucking amazing. Like, what is this lady doing? And it's like, oh, she's filming a bad movie. Don't worry about it.
So then we're reintroduced to Frances from the first movie, who was the woman who had the dog that was killed by Dogman, and who had the book about Dogman poop from her grandma.
Yes.
And apparently, everyone just knows that she has a Dogman, and she named it Sadie. And she's been raising it, and they're cool with this.
Yeah, we saw her steal it at the end of the last movie, and now they just address it as, oh yeah, it's Sadie's all grown up. It's my pet dog, man. She just goes around the house.
She's cute. She loves pets.
Very lovable. Yeah, she has a photo on her phone. She shows everybody.
She's 1 foot taller than me now.
On her head.
Yeah. Well, this is great.
What the fuck?
Hasn't murdered anyone yet.
No.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I look into her eyes and I see that they're cold and dead, and she wants to kill me. Like, that's basically what she says.
I love her. She's so cute. Yeah.
She does go into this whole thing where it, like the like lights go down low and there's like a little bit of music in the background, and she's like, but every once in a while I look in her eyes and I know she's about to murder me. Anyway, she's also 1.5 foot taller than me and stands on her back legs.
And everybody's just like, wow, what a cutie. What a chonker. That's a good boy right there. That's a good boy.
We looked away for a second and it was gone.
Just disappeared.
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
What?
Sadie's been doing that lately.
You named your dog man Sadie?
What? She knows?
Okay, they did address it.
What?
They do address it. Yep, they go for it. You named your dog man Sadie.
Oh, look at that dog man.
Oh my god, a little dog.
You are crazy.
She's changing. This whole time, it's been like having a big Newfoundland puppy or something, you know? She cuddles with me on the couch, and we play fetch, and she chews my sneakers.
I want a dog, man.
Yeah, and she's doing this in the bar while Meg is on her shift, having left the poor paramedic to die in the road.
Oh, speaking of the paramedic that died in the road, then we get the tow truck driver that happens upon the scene.
Yeah.
So he parks in the middle of the road, walks out, checks the guy that's dead, and then goes to every individual car in real time to check on them.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Like, he sees this mangled corpse with dragged blood on the ground, and it's like 6 cars parked. And his first thought is, I'm going to get out of my vehicle and yell loudly if anybody is here.
Well, not only like a corpse in the road, like a paramedic, and these are all cop cars. Like, it's like, holy shit, this is some serious fucking shit that's going down, dude. You fucking leave. What are you doing here?
But none of that is important because we're gonna hard cut back to Hanklin and Dorothy because Lorna came back from her tantrum after destroying all this stuff with a nice glass bowl of lasagna and some salad.
Yes, which she
from a
got
nice
from the
Italian
local
restaurant.
Italian place.
Yeah.
You know, how you get takeout and they give you a glassware lasagna
Yeah.
and a metal bowl of salad, like you would do from a restaurant with takeout.
It's takeout. Yeah, they give you the bakeware as part of the takeout meal, and it's like $20 more, and it's fancy and bourgeois, and you know. Like...
What the hell are they talking about?
But so like at this point, Hanklin is like, no, get her the fuck out of my house. I don't care if she brought lasagna. What the fuck?
Yeah, and she's like, why are you so mad at me? I don't understand. What did I do?
Why are you so mad at me? What did I do?
Like, she's gaslighting the fuck out of him. And his wife, his fucking wife, I hate her. I hate both of these characters. Like, the wife and her sister are just... I don't like... How dare they make me side with Hanklin? Because I don't like Hanklin. I want to make it clear. I don't care about Hanklin. But he's super right. What the fuck are they doing? Like, she's like, well, because they've been putting her up because she doesn't have a place to live. They show that she's, like, left all of her clothes all over the living room, like, on the couch and on, like, their coffee table and shit. Like, she just leaves her dirty clothes out. And she's destroyed all of his stuff because she hates him. She throws out all of his food. And then she comes back in after destroying his garage and just goes... hey, here's a lasagna. And his wife goes, hey, Hank, why are you being so rude to her? And it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
If my wife did that to me, I would get up and walk out and go, okay, I'm in a hotel room until she's gone. Make your decision when that happens, because otherwise I'm not coming back. Like, what the fuck? She's attacked him multiple times. She's been assaulting him and destroying his property. And she just comes back in and they just go, why can't you just be nice and have a good meal with us? I don't know, because she's doing thousands of dollars of property damage and assaulting me?
I don't know what they were going for here. I really don't. It makes no sense.
It's super weird. It's
the only thing more horrifying than a Dogman in this movie is a vegan. That's the only thing I can get out of this.
The ultimate villain is the vegan. So,
Jesus. Yeah.
As they're having this meal... she goes like, hey, that Dogman attacked you last year, right? And he's like, yeah. What are you talking about Dogman? And she's like, can I see where it mauled you? And he's like,
I want to see the gash.
I don't like you. Can you leave me alone?
Your arm? The Dogman gash from last year?
Yeah, I want to see the Dogman gash. Can I see it?
It's bizarre.
This is...
all about it.
No.
Just show it to her.
And his wife's like, why are you so rude, Hank? Just show it to her. And he's, fine, fuck. So he takes off his overshirt and, like, rolls up his sleeve and shows her his weird gash. And she goes, can I touch it? And he's like, no, what the hell are you doing? This is super weird.
Hey,
like,
just let her touch your gash.
Hanklin Purvis, why are you such a dickhead? Let her touch your gash. And she's like rubbing his gash. And he's just sitting there like, I don't know what my life is.
She's not like lightly touching it. She's like poking into it.
Jamming her finger in it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And then she goes, hey, by the way, Hanklin, guess what? Do you like your lasagna?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got, like, what is this, beef?
Or tofu, you fuck! And he just gets up and starts spitting it out into the sink.
Vomits it into the sink.
So what is this? Beef, pork? I can't tell. Not bad.
Tofu.
Oh, got him!
It's all vegan.
It's all tofu.
That's right.
Yeah.
Vegetables.
Fucking got him, dude.
No little faces looking back at you, no moms, no whiskers or little fingers. Oh, Hank. What a waste.
Which, listen, this is a huge overreaction. Whatever, he should eat a vegetable. Fair. However, as an aside, it doesn't matter what the dietary restriction is. If somebody says, I don't want to eat this, I don't want you to feed me this, I don't like this, please don't feed me this, sneaking it into their food and lying about it is really fucking shitty. Like, that's really shitty. You don't do that to people.
This whole situation with the wife and her sister is just the worst.
It's beyond fucked up.
It's the worst.
It's so bad.
I don't understand.
He is in an intensely toxic and emotionally abusive situation.
So, him and his wife drive out afterwards. I forget why, to be honest. But they're driving along the road.
I know why.
Right?
They get a call. And it's the tow truck driver calls them.
Oh, okay.
It's a friend of theirs, and he goes, hey, you met a Dogman last year, right? You're always going on about the weird Dogman. Well, I've got like 6 slaughtered cops in a pile here and a bunch of dog tracks. Do you want to come out and see them with me? And he goes, I guess. So then they jump in their car and head out to meet
before they jump in the car, though, they get the one shotgun that Lorna didn't break and the bullets that he hid in a coffee can. And then they go. But Dorothy is like loading the shotgun in the truck on the way there, and it's not pointed towards the floor, it's pointed at the windshield as she's like bracing her foot against the dash, and it slips at one point as she's putting a bullet in and like aims directly at Hank.
Like at his head.
Oh god. Oh
yeah,
god.
like they hit a bump in the road and it bounces the gun off the dashboard and like directly towards his head. And I'm just like, fuck, man.
And I deserve this scene because I was complimenting them on their good gun safety earlier in the film, where they were holding it down and not aiming it at each other as they walk. And then Dorothy gets that fucking shotgun and just waving it everywhere. Like,
I was laughing so hard because I had told you at the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm glad they're doing some actual gun safety in this. And I went, just give it a minute, Boyks. Just give it a minute. Just wait. We're 10 minutes in. You give it a little while, and then like the very next scene, the shotgun's directly at his head. And I mean, this is a real gun.
It's a real gun. Yeah, that's not a prop gun by the looks of it.
And it's just like, oh my god.
Oh, this is not how you load a shotgun in the car.
You don't load it here.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my
god!
Fucking hey, gun safety, huh?
Yeah, never mind. No.
They get out of the car, and as he's looking around for the tow truck driver, she's like nervously waving the shotgun around. And when I say waving it around, I mean he tells her to cover him, which she takes to mean point the gun directly at my back the entire time that I'm walking away, which is, no, stop doing that. Just stop pointing the gun at him.
She really wanted to Dick Cheney this. She was trying really hard to Dick Cheney this, and just, it didn't happen, thankfully.
I feel like she was in cahoots with Lorna the whole movie.
My God. I think so. I really do. But so as he's walking around, checking out the vehicles one by one in real time, because the movie likes doing that.
Where's my tow truck driver friend? I can't find him.
His tow truck driver friend jump scares him for no reason. Just to be a dick. Just to be a dick. He's like, oh, I was just fucking with you. Anyway, where's that Dogman that murdered everyone? You got a gun or something? Oh, yeah, Dorothy's got a gun. Where'd Dorothy go? Oh, no.
Yeah, she's just...
Apparently, she saw a Dogman on the side of the road, and she decided to follow it into the woods with her shotgun.
And just start blasting.
And she just started blasting, and she got one of them, and then ran back out of the woods.
We don't see any of this. They just tell us this.
And as they're explaining this in real time on the side of the woods, as she's saying, there's a Dogman after me, you wild weirdos, we need to go. She reveals that she dropped the shotgun in the woods after shooting the Dogman, and whole man Hanklin is pissed at her. That is a $1,200 shotgun.
I mean, I would be too.
My $1,200 shotgun in the woods after killing a Dogman. Go back and get it.
Well, also, we're now unarmed, and this dog man has already killed a bunch of people. Like, to set the whole scene again, I just want to remind people, there is currently a tow truck in the middle of the road blocking the whole highway because there's a dead body in front of it that's been mauled, and there's blood everywhere. There's also 7 cars now on the side of the road that are all empty because everyone in them is fucking dead.
They're dead, yeah.
They're all dead.
And on top of that, Hanklin lost $4,000 of hunting equipment this week.
I mean, yeah.
Come
Hanklin's
on.
having a bad week. It's not a good week for Hanklin.
So then they get away, taking the corpse of the paramedic with them for some reason.
She says we can't leave that poor man in the middle of the road, which...
He's dead, I guess.
Well,
but
I mean,
yeah.
but I agree with you, but also there is a large society, like... Yeah. It's not uncommon for people to be like, you can't leave a dead body out. Like, people are like that. But you and I might be the types that are like, hey, I mean, it's a dead body, whatever. It's not important anymore. But
not right this second,
like,
anyways, right? As you're trying to escape the Dogman trying to murder everyone.
Yeah, but people are like that. People are weird about bodies.
So. But the point is, after that, then we come back to the library bar. The library.
Yes.
And now Frances is talking with Meg again, who's still on her bar shift, about the fact that she didn't actually steal that Dogman pup. The Dogman mother actually came up to her in the car at the end of the movie and gave her one as a present.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. That's why she had a Dogman that she raised.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? Hey, would you like my dog puppy? Here you go. Have a dog, man.
And then she goes over, like, how cute the dog was again. And, like, oh, man, that dog man's cute.
This is also the dog man that, like, attacked and killed, like, 3 people in the first movie, right?
Oh, yeah. No, it's the same dog man. Yeah, the mother.
Okay.
Yeah, mother dog.
Hey, you seem cool, though. Why don't you take one of my children?
Why would the dog man give her a...
I don't know. It also has the origin story of the dog man, which... This kind of sucks. She's indigenous, and they've done a lot of, like, playing it up as, oh, well, that's why she knows so much about the Dogman, because, like, she's the mystical indigenous person.
The magical minority.
Yeah. And
that's what it is.
But she tells, like, the legend of the Dogman, and it's all, like, this indigenous myth about, well, we were starving in the winter, and then this man did this. The only reason why I'm bringing that up is because we get, like, 2 other Dogman origin stories.
There's multiple origin stories in this movie, yeah.
It's like, you know how I got these Dogman scars? Different story every time.
Dogman, huh? Well, I saw one in Antarctica once. Oh. And it starts going through. Yeah, but, okay, so...
Why
we learned
so
that
fluffy?
We learned that Dogman story. And then we come back to Hanklin, who's finally done with Lorna's bullshit and forcibly kicks her out of his home and throws her in her car with her shit and tells her to go.
Which is super reasonable. Like, his wife's screaming at him and, like, you leave her alone kind of thing. And it's like, he nicely packs up her things and then tells her to leave. Which, she's assaulted him, destroyed his property, gaslit him, fed him food against, like... Yeah, no, he should tell her to leave. This is entirely correct.
And then afterwards, he drives to the library to get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Where, as he's talking with Meg and Frances, some random guy in bisexual lighting turns over. He's like, talking about Dogman over there? I know about Dogman. Let me sit you down. And he takes, like, a chair and turns it backwards and sits down.
And then he recounts every single thing that happened to them in the first movie. Like, he fucking stalked them.
Like he watched Dogman. Yeah.
Yes. He's like
then,
the meta-universe narrator of the first Dogman movie, and he saw everything.
Like, what? And then he talks about another story about a group of adventurers that were wandering around in the Arctic when a Dogman... Oh, no, because they were starving. It was adventurers and some dogs. One of them broke their leg and died. So the other one fed parts of him to the dogs to keep them alive. and then he was starving, so he ate one of the dogs.
And because of this, the magical transference of man to dog and then dog back to man.
And it took years. Literal years. He went through a lifetime. He got married. He had a job.
Got married. He had kids. He lived in Chicago.
And then eventually he became a dog man and was never seen again. And then this old guy, this old bisexual lighting guy, just like, and that's my story of Dogman. Well, anyways.
And he gets up, leaves the movie.
Yeah, like, the characters are just sitting there blank-eyed, staring into the distance for a bit. Oh yeah, the film. We get back to the plot. Oh, wasn't there some people coming over here to kill Dogman? Yeah, you gotta tell them to not do that. Okay.
Right, yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, there's a posse that's formed to go and kill Dogman. Which we're like, wait, has there been a posse that's formed to go and kill Dogman? Yeah. What? They show up in the bar, a bunch of these guys with guns, and he goes, what are you gonna do? Run around in the woods in the middle of the night just firing your guns? Trying to find Dogman? Like we did in the first movie? That's fucking stupid.
It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that is pretty dumb. They get up and leave.
Yeah.
And that's that scene.
And then we get the scene where Hanklin looks at his photo of his buck and realizes that there's actually a Dogman in the back of the photo. Wait! There's a Dogman.
There's a Dogman in the shot.
Oh my god!
I've had a picture of the Dogman this whole time and didn't even know it. It's got to be the same one that attacked me and Sam last year.
And decides to go out into the night in the middle of the woods and go hunt the Dogman.
Go hunt the Dogman. You know, the thing that you're not supposed to do because it's very dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he gets a posse together and goes to hunt the Dogman.
This fucking movie's so good.
What?
It's just... It's like... It has no self-awareness of any of this. It has no idea how much it's undercutting all of its own messages. It just doesn't get it at all.
I love it. I love it so much.
I am a huge fan of Dogman 1 and 2. For none of the reasons they want me to be a fan of Dogman 1 and 2, but I am a huge fan of Dogman 1 and 2.
So, one other thing is that Lorna went missing because her car was gone.
Well, she didn't go missing. She left.
She left like she was supposed to.
Like he did. He kicked her out. But his wife is like, oh my god, she's missing. You've got to find her. And it's like, no, she's a grown woman. Leave her alone.
But as they go looking for her in the middle of the night, as they're going after Dogman, they come up upon a scene of 3 cars parked. One is Lorna's, one is Francis's, and one is just like a random car. I don't even know who that's supposed to be.
It was Meg's.
Meg. Oh yeah, Meg was there too. Because why not? Why are they here?
Francis went into the middle of the woods because she's like, I'm the only one that can mystically contact Sadie, my Dogman, who...
Oh, because her Dogman escaped from the pound.
Yeah, she brought it into the
That sounds like a shitpost. that is not. That happened.
Yeah.
I'll be right there.
Francis, what's going on?
Sadie's loose.
As part of like... She doesn't seem very concerned about that.
Nope. We glossed over the fact that she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I brought my Dogman into town, and it murdered the people in the pound and left. Because it shows like blood all over the pound, and it's just... And she's like, oh, I better go and take her back home, I guess.
I should probably go get my Dogman. God damn it, Francis. Francis should not have... One of Francis's pets died to a Dogman, and the other one was a Dogman that murdered people. I'm starting to think Francis should just not have a pet.
Correct.
She is not a responsible owner.
One of the other lines that I have to tell about Francis and her Dogman is they're like, well, what about like, because in the first movie, they talk about like there's this weird bacteria in their claws and stuff.
Oh,
that if they touch you die. Like if they touch you, you're fucking dead. They have the touch of death. And they're like, what are you doing about that? And she's like, oh, I just keep some frozen shit in my freezer because that was literally the...
Yeah, and I bleach her claws 3 times a week.
That their shit is the cure for their poison. She's like, oh yeah, I just like make shit tea once a day and just drink it. And you're like, what is your life, woman? This is not how you own a pet.
Francis has some issues, for sure. But so she's in the woods. Hanklin and Dorothy wander in to look for her because they also see Lorna's car there. And they find Frances just knocked out on the ground, who then explains to them that,
we also find two
dead dogmen, right?
Which they show a rock beside the head of one of them. So it's like, wait, are the dogmen killing each other? And
maybe
like
a dog
these little
threw it.
perfect
No,
holes in their heads.
that's not
where they've been hit
possible.
with rocks.
But that's not possible. Dogs can't throw rocks.
Yeah, they even say that. They fucking say it.
But they find the two dead dogmen. They find Frances. Frances then recounts the tale of how she was wandering in the woods. She got attacked. Something threw a rock at her. Could be anything. And then she woke up, and the mother dogman was there looking at her, protecting her. And then I guess she passed out again, and now she woke up again to recount the story or something.
Because like, wait, how did she? Because
she was knocked out when they found her.
How did she wake up and see the dog mom? But then also she's unconscious when they find her. So she did just wake up from being hit. It's fucking wild.
They explained to her that they found, and Meg's there too, I guess. But they explained to her that they found a couple dead dogmen on the way in. So they take her to each dogman until she finds the one that was Sadie, which was her dogman, and she has a cry. Because she loved that dogman. She loved that dogman.
One thing I guess we don't really get into in this that we've talked about is that there are a lot of scenes like this where she's having like a big cry over it that they film for melodrama really hard.
Yes.
Like, they feel like this movie has this immense emotional melodramatic impact that it really doesn't. It super does not.
Nope.
Nope. There's no melodrama in this, but they really try and play it up. Like, all the Lorna stuff, it's like, oh, she's had such a tough time. Like, we've got to come together as a family and all. And it's like, why?
No, these people suck.
About?
Why would I? Yeah, like, one, fuck Lorna.
Yes.
I don't give a shit about her. Two, Frances, what the fuck? You can't just unleash a deadly monster in the town and be like, oopsie. Meg, you left that guy to die. What the fuck are you doing?
I still can't believe that Meg just left the paramedic. And she comes back, she doesn't even say shit about it.
No.
They never address the fact that this paramedic just died while she left and went back and did her bar stuff for the rest of the day.
I think
in the bottom left-hand corner, I want to every like 10 minutes, by the way, when they go to a new scene, sometimes, only sometimes, but occasionally, they will just show a timestamp in the bottom left corner. Not a date, just the time. So apparently it's all over it is all over one day, basically. But they show timestamps. And she like left the guy at something like 11 a.m. And then when she gets back to the woods, it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah, they do mildly address it in that a character comes up and is like, oh, by the way, that we went to the road and there was a paramedic dead in the middle of the road. And then she says, what? But I was just there. And then they drop it.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
I left him there to die. Why did he die?
12 hours ago. Yeah, 12 hours ago, I left him there to die. I can't believe that he's dead.
So as they're looking at Sadie, who's dead, the good dog man, who's definitely an evil dog man, probably. I don't know. They never really did anything with Sadie other than kill her. I don't know.
No, they just kill that dog man.
But then they happen upon the dog man mother, who has a rock in her hand and is standing up tall and scaring them. And then as they're looking in Frances's eye, and Frances's eye meets the dog man mother, the mother weeps a single tear and then drops the rock. And Frances is like, oh, the dog man mother was protecting her litter, but now she's protecting us because she's realized that there's a bad seed in them and they're evil.
She realized that all these dogmen are actually bad, and she's
the dogman mother was throwing rocks at them to save us.
That was the mom.
I watched her kill one with a rock.
What?
I have a picture of her. She's the one that attacked Sam and me last year.
She was protecting her pups.
With a rock.
And now she's protecting us.
What?
But
what?
They all had a bad seed. She knew that.
What?
Come on.
No, what?
Get the hell out of here.
I don't. What?
What the fuck?
What? So they go
Now
back to
she's
the car.
protecting us.
Yeah, they go back to the car, right? And
Yeah.
and they're about to get back in their vehicles. And during this time, you and I were counting the Dogmen, and we're like, wait a minute, they're missing one.
There's still a Dogman that's not
And
totally unaccounted for. Yeah.
As if on cue, a Dogman shows up and starts attacking Hanklin. And this part sucks. Because as he's sitting there and about to get mauled by the Dogman, then Lorna comes by and whacks the Dogman in the face with a golf club. Thus becoming a hero? Question mark?
Lorna finally realizes her PTA dreams, and after throwing out all the meat and being super high and mighty about it, she kills a fucking dog.
Her PETA, not PTA. The Parent-Teacher Association had nothing to do with this.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Whatever. She finally fully becomes PETA and fucking kills a dog on screen.
Like, I don't know what... This doesn't redeem Lorna. Fuck Lorna still. I don't know what the point of this was.
Yeah, Hanklin doesn't either. Hanklin doesn't even like.
No,
he
doesn't
it's not
even
like
say
he
thank you.
forgives
He's
her
just like-
either. Because he gets in, he's like, thanks, I guess, and then he gets in the car, because he's gonna drive her car home or whatever. 'Cause she's traumatized, and he is sitting there and he like adjusts the rearview mirror and he goes like, like he has like this big sigh, like, oh fuck, now I have to deal with the fact that she's gonna be like, oh, I saved your life, and it's like, yeah, you did, but you still treat me like shit. What does that matter? Like, just because you didn't watch me die doesn't make you suddenly good. Like, oh no, you didn't let me die. That makes you a hero? No, like not letting me die.
That's like the bare minimum of what you should be doing is not letting me die.
Yeah, like
the fuck. That happened, by the way, at 4:20 in the morning.
It sure did. Bottom left-hand corner, 4:20 a.m.
Plays it. Yeah, and then the movie ends with Dogman Mother smoking a fat fucking joint in the middle of the road,
watching them all go away.
Just a huge bud. It's like as long as an arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they drive off, and that's the end. That's the movie. What the fuck were they doing with Lorna? Why is any of that? What was the point? To show how shitty she is? I don't... She's the monster.
Yes. Yeah, I very legitimately, we actually got a couple scenes where before he goes out into the middle of the night when Lorna's missing and his wife wants him to go out and look for her, and he's supposed to look for Francis and stuff. There is a scene of him getting home and like cracking open a beer because he's had a long day and just being like, oh god, and like sighing and sitting down. And it's shot from far away, like in the house through, say, like the cabinets. You know, like how some houses will
like
have,
a slasher movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a slasher movie shot of it, like a bit of a wide shot of him doing stuff in the kitchen. And I was sitting there going like, oh shit, like I wonder if I really thought they might actually have it where Lorna comes back to kill him, because like that's what the setup was. Like she was that she was that bad. She was that bad to him. It absolutely seemed like she would kill him.
I thought a Dogman was going to kill Lorna, and that was going to be the conclusion. Right?
Yes, I thought that she was going to turn out to be a slasher, start trying to kill Hank and the family, and that a Dogman would basically rescue them.
And
I thought it would be
specifically,
Sadie.
I thought it would be Sadie. Yeah.
Yes.
Because they set up the whole thing of this is a domesticated Dogman.
Yep.
Right?
That is how shitty they made this woman, is that we thought that she was going to be a legit serial killer. And the end of the movie is them just being like, well, I guess she's okay actually. And it's like, no, she ain't. She ain't. She's not. No, not at all. Not in the slightest.
I want to see Dogman 3 where the Dogman mother decides that Lorna needs to go.
Lorna versus Dogman in space. Like, let's get like a Freddy versus Jason. But Lorna
yeah. Like a Jason X situation. I'm in.
Oh.
There's some parts of this film and writing where I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you were trying to do. And Lorna's one of them. But this is such a funny movie. I actually kind of love this film.
I don't kind of love it. I absolutely love. I love both this and the first one.
Yeah.
They're so absolutely incomprehensible in so many ways. Like, there are so many decisions that you look at and you're just like, what what were you possibly going for here?
Uh-huh.
Like, what was the goal of this? What kind of message or idea, or like, what's the pitch meeting for this fucking movie? Like, it just, there's so much that's just such a head scratch.
Why is like half the film shitting on vegans?
Yeah.
Why? There's no payoff.
No, and it's not like, the other thing
Yeah.
too is that it's not shown like Hanklin is right for eating meat or something. Or
No.
that, like, there's not even like a funny thing of her at the end of it being like, well, now I'll eat meat. Do you know what I mean? Like some kind of joke twist
Mhm.
where somebody changes their mind, or him going like, oh my god, I'm swearing off meat forever. I don't want to hunt ever again. Like, there's nothing that happens that changes any of that, so it's not even like a good joke setup or something, which I thought they might do, but no, none of that.
But it is really funnier being like the scene where she's talking to him is like, can I see your gash? Like, that thing is just fucking wildly funny and weird.
It's
and
hilarious.
It's just like,
Yes.
what? Why?
Well, and especially it's especially funny because his wife
Yeah.
is there and he's sitting there going, like, he reacts like a human would and goes,
Like a normal
what
person.
the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about? And his wife goes, why are you like this, Hanklin?
And these
why
two
can't you
space
just
aliens.
be a normal person and be nice
Yeah.
and show her your gash? And it's like, it feels like you're in an alternate universe because it's just everything that is good
Yeah.
is bad and everything that's bad is good.
And the other question is like, why have the domesticated Dogman at all? If you're not going to do anything
Right?
with it,
Like,
if you're not going to show
well,
it,
that's what I
and then
mean.
you're just going to
Everyone
kill it.
acts like an alien. Like, there is not a human person in this movie.
None of
like
this
Meg is in
makes
this
sense.
fight or flight, like, for
Yeah.
your life massacre scenario where people are running into the woods armed, firing off guns, fighting off an army of dogmen. There's music going like all over the place.
Yeah.
They're like having big action shots. They're running through the woods. They're
There's like
pulling out the shotgun, locking themselves in the car, and she goes, oh shit, my shift's about to start. Gets up and fucking leaves. Like, what? She just fucking leaves.
This is a film where characters literally react to the sound that's happening, the music in the
Yes.
background that is supposed to be for us, the audience, and the characters are like, what the hell was that? There was a suspense noise.
Yeah, because that was the
Looking
beginning of this
around.
film. Like,
They're,
I kept on
looking
asking
around.
him, like, the only
Yeah.
explanation for the beginning of this movie is that he hears the suspenseful music in the background, because during
Yeah.
the tire change that went on for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
he's like sweating, like he's pouring sweat and like looking in the woods over and over and over like something's going to kill him. He's just a dude that had a broken tire. There's no wood
reason.
sounds. Like, they don't even have like
Yeah.
snapping in the woods. They don't have growls. They don't show him see a thing. There's nothing except for there's this weird music that's like,
And he's
and
like,
like
what the fuck
every
was
time
that?
it escalates, he starts like looking around like, oh my god, there's violins. Violins are coming for me. And it's like, he's got to hear it. Like, that's the only explanation.
it's
is like
like
he
there's
heard the
the-
background music.
Like, maybe there was a mass murderer where the murderer was actually the Philharmonic Orchestra, right? And he heard that tale. And he's like, oh god, it's the Philharmonic.
Coming for me.
Yeah, right? Like, that
Orchestras
could be
have
it.
always hated me. Ever since I was a kid, orchestras were after me.
I've never trusted orchestras. Right? Like, that could be it. And then you hear a violin, you shit your pants. Like, that's what happens.
Oh, man.
Right? But
This
movie has so many problems, and it's perfect.
It's such a good movie. I love this film. I really do like
And
this film.
and like we said at the beginning, I'm actually really, really impressed with the improvements. Like,
Yes,
no
yeah.
joke. This movie is just a better film. And
Yeah,
it still has a ton
legitimately,
of
like,
problems. But
It has so many fucking script and acting problems
Oh, yeah.
and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but the actual shots are competent in a way that is surprising. Like,
yeah.
absolute, like, stunning, to be honest. Like, the stuff is well shot, the costumes are pretty okay, the mauling stuff, like whenever they show a little bit of gore here and there, which they don't do much, but the little bits and pieces of that are pretty all right. Like, they're not bad, they're not great, but they're not garbage. They're not anywhere near what the like. With how bad and nonsensical the rest of this movie is, it should look 10, 20 times worse than it does, right? Like, it doesn't make sense that is at a level that it is. It's not good, but it's so far off from how bad the rest of it is, it's just weird to see. This whole movie is an incredible mystery. And I love it. I want to see more of this director's stuff because I hope that he wrote more things. Because I need to get inside this man's head. I need to know, like, what is he thinking from a day-to-day perspective? I need to know what was this guy's name? What's the director? I need to figure that out, actually. I'm really curious. It's Richard Brower. Okay. Yeah. He's got a bunch of movies. He's still making
he's just
some.
He's a local Michigan filmmaker. He films in Michigan and he releases to Michigan film festivals. That's what he does. It's more of like a hobby, really, if you think about it. And it shows like there's heart to this movie. You could tell.
Yes.
They cared about what they were doing and they were having fun with it. So.
Yeah, I really need to see more of his stuff. I really, really need to see more of his stuff because it's just I need to get into his head. I feel like I need to understand him. Richard Brower feels like a Neil Breen to me. Like, very legitimately. This feels like, or like a Tommy Wiseau or something, right? Like
basically.
Somebody
Something like
who,
that.
He does not understand human people or emotions or story or anything, but yet somehow he's making these films and people are in them. And I just want to see what he's coming up with because it is an alien experience.
It's so good. I love it.
It's very fun. I enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah. All right, let's rate the dogs. Let's rate the dogs.
Yes.
So there were the 4 Dogman pups, which 5 if you count Sadie. I don't know if we should count that one separately though, because they're all basically just the Dogman pups.
Yeah, I would like to say that Sadie has a character, but Sadie doesn't.
Yeah,
Sadie
so
does
it's like
nothing
I don't
different
know.
than any of the other Dogmen. She just the minute they introduced that Sadie was a raised Dogman from oh god, what's her name? Frederica? Frances. But like the minute that Frances introduces Sadie as her Dogman pup,
And
the very next scene is
Sadie
has escaped from the pound and murdered everyone. So I don't know.
Yeah, like they're all just a Dogman pup. It doesn't matter.
They're all just the Dogman pups.
I would say that they loved running around on all fours, like a man running around on all fours, which we joke a lot about, and was actually the case in this film.
Actually, the case in this movie.
They're good at breaking down windows. They're really good at just popping up out of nowhere and being like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm right behind you. What's up?"
They always lovingly have their mouths open with their tongues lolling out playfully because they can't close the mouth of the costume, which is very good.
Yeah, they stand around in a circle and howl over the dead body of their Dogman brethren. Very loyal Dogman.
Sadie has a very, very cute little white diamond on her forehead.
Yeah.
Nice
I would say the Dogman pups are massacre around town as a treat out of 10. That or park cars on the side of the road in a line out of 10.
God, I love that the tow truck driver, even when he comes up, he goes, "This is like a parking lot."
Yeah.
They have a line in there where they're like, "Jesus Christ, there's a lot of cars here for murdered people." It's like, yeah, there sure is. There's a lot of murdered people in this movie.
Yeah, weird.
Oh God, I want to rate the German Shepherd stunt double, which was
there was a German Shepherd stunt double. Yeah, that's a good dog
running through the woods.
Like 3 seconds.
You know that
of
it's
video.
free to shoot in the woods.
It is. Yeah. That's a good dog for 3 seconds.
I want to rate all the Dogmen puppies as a why so fluffy out of 10 because we'll never know their origin story. They always have a different one. Every time somebody asks, you'll never know.
And then there's the Dogman mother, who just gave away one of her pups for no reason, apparently, as a gift.
But she accepts the human children as her new puppies.
She also accepts the human children, and she's really good at throwing a rock.
These dogs have learned not only how to fetch, but also how to throw. They can play with themselves.
And also how to love and murder. I would rate Dogman Mother a Mike Piazza out of 10.
I think that reference goes over me.
Baseball. You could say baseball out of 10.
I'm Canadian. You got to give me the NHL, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, one of her plans was to go and release Sadie into the Canadian wilderness because
she was gonna
Canada, I guess.
She was gonna emigrate Sadie to the Canadian forest and just release her for fun, where she'll be safe and not murder all the Canadians
for a little while.
Why not?
So I'm gonna rate the Dogman an A out of 10.
God, a
fuck my
poutine out of
country,
10?
I guess.
Yeah.
So
all right.
yeah, that was
the dog.
I don't know how to rate these dogs. I'm still
man.
I feel like I've been concussed or something because this movie is so wildly out of reality.
A lot more happened in this film, and yet a lot less at the same time. Somehow,
it is absolutely crammed packed with things that are happening, and none of them matter. And so it's just super weird to watch because you're paying attention to all these things, like how shitty Lorna is to him, and how that's like a setup for her being some weird murderer or something, and then it just doesn't, just leaves. Or like her, like that she's in like the firefight for her life, and then she just gets up and leaves the scene. Like, oh, I don't know where to go with this. So I guess I'm gone. Like,
I guess. It's
good stuff.
Wild.
Good stuff.
It's wild.
I love this film. If you like the podcast, we really appreciate the people that share it out. You can check out our Patreon. We're going to be updating a bunch of things on it, and you're running a little bit of a marathon for this on your Twitch channel.
Yeah, it might be the day after this comes out. Depends on when we release this episode, but yeah.
So we're going to be doing that also. So we're going to be trying to raise a little bit of money on the Patreon to cover some of our costs for this. So you can always check us out there. We have a Twitter that is Rough Cuts Cast. You can check that, where we put up a bunch of like pictures and scenes and GIFs from the movies. So if we find something very wild, like for example, Larry Joe Campbell, who is the main character, Hanklin, chasing after Lorna on his fixie, glaring into her window, you might be able to see something like that on the Twitter. Or maybe like a Dogman head popping up out of a window. I don't know what we're going to get GIFs of, but we put lots of things like that on there. So if you ever want to see some of the really good moments from the movies, we will put those up there as well. And thanks everybody for the support. We've gotten well over 10,000 downloads now, so it's been a lot of fun. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
We're done Halloween.
I think I'm going to go over to my library and see if they have growlers.
Yeah. I need to get, I don't know. I'm really more of a gin and tonic man when I'm reading my books.
Does my library card cover this? I think it does. I'll check. Yeah. I'm going to go get like...
check out the Smirnoff.
The Smirnoff aisle. Where does that fit in the Dewey Decimal System? That's my question. Okay.
Goodbye. We're done.
I have an idea for an intro.
Good, because I don't have one.
I want you to act like you're fiddling with the radio to change the channel, and then I will sing-song an intro about a Dogman attack.
I don't know how I would... How do I... I'm filming... Okay. I love that you're just like, oh yeah, no.
You do it. You'll figure it out. That's not my problem.
Just do like a fiddling with the radio thing in audio podcast. Okay, God, I should be recording this. All right, let's do Audacity. Here, dude, do an easy intro.
Look, I'm an idea man. I'm not a fucking